Drug Dealers Anonymous.
He was one of the city's most notorious drug dealers, famous since the 1980s for his murderous ways and mountains of cash and drugs, immortalized in dozens of rap songs and the movie Paid in Full. But it all came to an end for ALPO Martinez right here on the streets of Harlem, right where it all began.
After being released from the Witness Protection Program, ALPO Martinez returned to Harlem in 2016, nearly 2 decades after his cooperation with law enforcement. His return shocked many. Some welcomed him, while others rejected him due to his past as a snitch.
I don't promote nothing of being a rat, government witness, and I don't promote that. I promote you do what you gotta do for you. I did what I did for me, and I walk in my truth. I walk in my truth. I'm not promoting you gotta go tell, you got, no. I did, even with telling like you say I did, and which I did, do you. Because the code of the streets, that's where you're gonna get f***ed up at, because there is no code. Because what code is it that you kill your mother, a nigga mother, because you trying to get at him? I didn't live by that code.
He attempted to reintegrate into his old community, flaunting the wealth he had accumulated during his prime. Despite his notoriety, he faced an uphill battle, reconciling his past with a new reality. The streets that had once celebrated him now contained whispers of hate and vengeance. As he walked the same streets, ALPO was a living reminder of the dangers associated with betrayal. His charisma, once a tool for gaining allies, turned into a double-edged sword, attracting envy and hostility. Living as a former drug kingpin turned witness, ALPO sought to reclaim his identity amidst a landscape that had changed dramatically. The drug trade had evolved and new players had entered the game. The rules were different, but ALPO seemed to position himself as a persona resembling his former self, trying to regain respect and control.
Whole life. We're doing the whole life.
Marcus Burns was good, baby. Mo B.
Is the game still the same?
No.
He navigated a delicate balance. He was revered by some for his past, but also condemned for his betrayal. The streets did not forget, and neither did they forgive. As he mingled with old acquaintances and newfound connections, the tension grew. ALPO had become a character in a dangerous game, living on borrowed time. During his last years, he indulged in a lifestyle marked by excess showcasing luxury cars, designer clothes, and extravagant parties. Social media became a tool for him to flaunt his wealth, drawing admiration from some and hate from others. His outward confidence masked a precarious reality, as enemies were likely lurking in the shadows. ALPO often posted on platforms like Instagram, sharing glimpses of his life, which led many to question whether he was seeking connection, validation, or simply trying to provoke those who despised him.
It assures me that that wrong never prevails, because it looked like he prevailing. He killed people, homie. Not only drugs, he killed people, and he talked about it with no remorse. He came home and had no actions or redemptions to redeem what he had done, homie. He still got victims out there. We was already desensitized to accepting ALPO when they gave us the movie Paid in Full. Cameron played such an excellent part. He make you love ALPO. But then you got some people over on Rich Porter's side that watch ALPO come home and think he's still king of Harlem when Rich really was king. So you talking about right and wrong, good and evil, homie, and evil has never won.
The danger of his lifestyle drew closer as his arrogance matured into a recklessness that some believed would lead to dire consequences. The irony was not lost on observers. ALPO was thriving in an environment that could turn deadly in an instant. As October 2021 approached, ALPO's life continued amid persistent whispers of betrayal. In the weeks leading up to his murder, he was spotted in various neighborhoods, mixing with friends and acquaintances. He was out often, seemingly unfazed by the danger that surrounded him. There were reports of increasing tension among rivals in Harlem, men who held grudges against him from years past, anger bombarding his every move.
I ain't seen me post some shit about Jimmy's up in New York in the Bronx. That's where he go eat at. So I'm thinking he go to eating often. So I goes up there here and there. Every chance I get, I'm going up there.
So you're actually looking for him?
Yeah, I'm going up there.
Okay, so what would happen if you guys ran into each other?
Man, cut it, man.
Okay.
Cut the bullshit, man.
But you would, okay, so you would risk your freedom.
Yeah.
Because at this point, if you get caught killing Alpo, or really anyone else for that matter, with all your priors,
I'm done.
You're doing life in prison, no possibility of parole, you're never getting out.
I'm gonna roll the dice.
And you're willing to take that risk at that point because you hate Alpo that much.
Yeah.
Is there a specific reason?
He got my man killed. Andre Tank Johnson, he set it up.
Johnson, right, got it.
It said he remained unrepentant, in denial about the very real consequences of his past actions. However, the streets communicate, and word on the block was that Alpo was becoming a target. In these final days, the shadow of death loomed, a vision that every seasoned player in the drug game understood. As he prepared to celebrate Halloween, little did he know that it would be his final celebration, marking a tragic end to a life filled with contradictions. On Halloween night, October 31st, 2021, he was driving in Washington Heights when his world came to an abrupt end. He was shot multiple times while in his vehicle near West 147th Street. Witnesses recalled the horrific scene, stating that the gunshots rang out, leaving residents and passersby scrambling for safety.
On Sunday, about 3:20 a.m., police were called to Frederick Douglass Boulevard near West 147th Street. A dark red pickup truck crashed into parked cars. The driver was shot 5 times in the chest through the car window and killed.
I heard 5 shots, 1 and then four consecutive shots after that.
It was ALPO, but his driver's license and other IDs had his witness protection name of Abraham Rodriguez with a Lewiston, Maine address. The murder scene stretched for blocks up to 151st Street. ALPO had been given a new identity when he was released from a Colorado Supermax prison in 2015 after serving more than 20 years for 14 murders. But instead of lying low, he couldn't seem to stay away from New York.
He's been seen riding around Harlem most of the time. You know, he's been seen down in Harlem a lot.
In addition to the murder convictions, ALPO was widely believed to have turned on many of his former associates in order to shave years off what could have been a life sentence. There is no shortage of people who may have wanted payback.
Alpo's life was claimed in moments as those he had betrayed sought vengeance for his prior actions. He was pronounced dead at the hospital shortly after the shooting. The kingpin was no more. The nature of the attack suggested that it was personal, a calculated move from individuals still angry over the past. For Alpo, a man who had once ruled in power and control, the streets had finally come to collect their due. Alpo's death sent shockwaves through Harlem and beyond. News of the murder quickly spread, reigniting conversations about his previous life as a drug lord. For many, it was a validation of their hate for him, proof that the streets never forget and always retaliate. The investigation that followed revealed Alpo was killed over road rage and not revenge. He had clashed with Shaquem Parker over the summer when Alpo was riding his motorcycle and brushed past Parker in a way that showed disrespect.
Police have arrested the man they say murdered former Harlem drug lord Albert Alpo Martinez. Cops arrested Shaquem Parker. He's 27 years old. He was already being held on Rikers Island in a gun case. Police say he also has priors for burglary, robbery, and drug possession.
After spending 2.5 years behind bars awaiting trial, Shaquem Parker was acquitted of all charges in 2024. For many, the story of Alpo Martinez was not just about a life lost, but also a lesson in loyalty, betrayal, and the harsh realities of crime. Some mourned the loss of the man they remembered fondly for his charm and generosity in better times. Others rejoiced in the streets, celebrating the justice they believed had been served.
Alpo just got shot and killed in Harlem.
Yeah.
You're smiling right now. He ends up getting killed on Halloween. And you had posted a picture of Demencio, says smiling down, happy Halloween.
As we reflect on the death of Alpo Martinez, we are left with a narrative that transcends the boundaries of crime. His story is not merely one of a drug lord. It represents the broader implications of loyalty, the consequences of betrayal, and the unforgiving nature of the streets. There are many lessons to be drawn from Alpo's life and death, his rise, triumphs, and ultimate fall. serve as a chilling reminder of the life led by those who choose a path of crime. His life illustrates the allure of power and wealth overshadowed by the lurking threat of violence and death. In a world that is constantly changing, the legacy of ALPO Martinez will remain a cautionary tale. The streets may have claimed him, but the discussion surrounding his life will echo in the community for years to come.
I'm not snitching on nobody in Harlem, cause when I come home, I'm still gonna be the king.